UFC Abu Dhabi has just finished up, guys. I figured I'd hop on and do a quick recap of the card. If you guys like these kind of videos, let me know in the comments below. But we're just gonna hop right into it, starting with Cody Gibson and Abdul Hassim to open up the whole event. This fight was a little underwhelming. Abdul Hassim making his debut in the UFC. He did get the finish in the third round. It was a little underwhelming. I mean, the guy was a minus 450 coming into the fight, and Cody Gibson almost submitted him in the first round. He was able to get out, but he really didn't show me anything special at all. I mean, Cody Gibson might not get another fight. This might have been his last fight. I mean, the guy was basically trying to quit on the bench after the second round. He was like, I'm all out. He had no more left in the tank, but still went out there and made it competitive in the third round. But he did get submitted. So hats off to Abdul Hassim for getting the submission. And in my prediction video, I did pick Abdul Hassim to win the fight. So that's 1-for-1 starting off the night. I had a very good night tonight, guys. Now we're going on to Narulo Alia versus Mike Davis. I love Mike Davis. He's super dynamic, super fun to watch. I mean, the dude has a win over Mason Jones. And Mason Jones is no slouch by any means. But the mini Khabib over here, he take down Smash, brother. I mean, a little bit less Smash, but he still take down a lot, all right? He just basically took Mike Davis down the whole match and gave him a few punches here and there. I felt like the judges on this card tonight were really judging control time, takedowns, more than damage and strikes per se. And I figured it would be like that. I mean, who watched the Umar Nurmagomedov fight versus Mario Batista? So I had a feeling this card would be judged very similar to how that fight was judged, even though that fight was complete robbery. I don't know how Umar got the win, but that's neither here nor there. But I picked Narula Aliev to win anyways, so that will make us 2-for-2 on the card. All right, I won't go over how many I got right. You guys can just watch the video before and tell me. We would then go on to a light heavyweight bout. I was really excited for Magomed Tuchalov to make his debut against Brenson Ribeiro. I was expecting a first round knockout, but Magomed almost became gun shy in the fight. He wasn't throwing as much as he's usually throwing. I mean, he had the dynamic kicks. He was throwing some punches, but he didn't want to get into any exchanges with Brenson. So he eventually just ended up ground and pounding a little bit. He kept it very basic on the feet. He didn't want to get hit. He almost got hit with a right hand at the beginning, and it almost shocked him a little bit. But it was his debut. Maybe he had first fight jitters being in the UFC. But who knows? The guy still came out with a win. He looked good, but minus 900, not getting the finish, should tell you everything you need to know. Next, we got Sam freaking Patterson, man. One of the most exciting fighters in the UFC welterweight division, going against Santiago Ponzinibbio. And let me tell you, Sam Patterson went out there. He did his thing, man. He was throwing hands, throwing knees, elbows, everything in the book, the whole kitchen sink. I mean, he controlled this guy's pace the whole fight. He just brutalized the kid. I mean, Santiago stood no chance against Sam Patterson. He was completely outmatched. Sam Patterson now gets back into the win column after a loss against MVP. I'm excited to see who he fights next. I don't think he's ready for anyone in the top 10, but I think a top 15 fight would be nice. I would really like to see Sam Patterson against like a Leon Edwards or something like that. I think it'd make for a really exciting fight, and you can main card him on an England card. So I don't know. Who knows what Sam Patterson's next fight is, but the kid is completely electric, super, super dynamic. So fun fight to watch. He's a fight of the night contender for sure, or performance of the night. And then after that fight, we went into a light heavyweight bout. Dustin Jacoby versus Muhammad Saidov. Sorry. This was one of my better picks. I actually picked Muhammad Saidov to win by late round TKO late round 2, and he did it. Luck of the draw for me. I didn't put that on any bets though. This is too risky, too high risk, but he got it at the very last minute of the second round with a nice placed head kick. Muhammad Saidov throws a lot of different kicks, spin kicks. He was trying to hit like a spinning wheel kick to the face on Dustin multiple times. He threw the left high kick multiple times, and he was eventually able to catch Dustin. And I think Muhammad was just faster and just a younger guy. He looked to be it today. And I think the short notice fight really helped him, because I feel like if Dustin had a full training camp for Muhammad, it would be a different story. I mean, Dustin would then employ a little bit more tricky customer tactics on him. But, like I said in the prediction video, I think there's just was too much for Dustin to look for, and it turned to be true. And then to finish up the prelims, we had Walter Walker versus Thomas Peterson. And man, Walter Walker, man, like I said, too big, too strong, too dynamic on the ground. I mean, this guy went for a heel hook and then transitioned it to a calf split. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. Walter Walker, I think he's ready for a tiny step up in competition. I think Walter Walker should be ranked like top 10. I think he's better than, some of the guys we'll be talking about later. But Walter Walker with the win in the heavyweight bout. Super dynamic. I mean, the guy has like 50 ways to do a heel hook. I mean, it's crazy. And then to open up the main card was an amazing fight between Ismael Bonfim and Alex Sola. And to say it was a fight, I don't know. It didn't really feel like a fight. It felt more like a beatdown from Alex Sola coming out in the fight, hitting Ismael Bonfim with a huge body kick. Bonfim would then shoot to try and take him down, but he would end up just holding him on the cage. Alex Sola would then just elbow his head 50 times, and then Bonfim drops, falls into a darce, gets choked out. I mean, wasn't too exciting till the end of the fight, or the end of the first round, but Axel is a dog, man. He's super good, and I'm ready for him to throw that fist up like this one more time, or like this. I love that stuff. I mean, I think Alex Sola might be a little bit on the spectrum, but that's neither here or there. It might be working in his favor. I mean, like, he's like happy and then straight face. Maybe it's just a French thing. Who knows? Going on the welterweight, Vagayev versus Izgakmaev. We got the Chechen side versus the Russian side. The only reason why Vagayev won was because he had freaking Kamzat in his corner, Arman Sarukian cheering him on from the sidelines, and Isaac Akhmaev was missing Khabib in his corner. So I think that's really what the factor was here today, other than the fact that Vagayev just showed he had a lot more heart than Isaac Akhmaev. I think Isaac Akhmaev is he's too big for welterweight, if I'm being honest. I mean, the guy has a lot of muscle, but he gets tired. You can feel him getting tired, and Vagayev was able to control the wrestling a little bit better than Isaac Akhmaev. Isaac Akhmaev did come out in the third round with a little bit of a second win, throwing a lot of punches at the beginning, but Vagayev was able to pull through and get the decision win. And then going on to the heavyweight bout, my worst pick of the night, my only pick that I did not get right on the whole card, was Tyrell Fortune. And Kuniev, that guy's still juicing. I don't care what anyone says. That guy is juicing. And once I saw Kuniev juicing, I was like, oh, this is over. I mean, the guy is so big and so fast, bro. He doesn't get tired. I mean, he's already popped once. He's not in America. We have VADA now. I can almost be 100% sure this guy was definitely juicing before this fight. But Tyrell Fortune was connecting with that right hand, but Kuniev was eating it like it was lunch. He was eating those shots. And then Tyrell Fortune later into the fight, he got hit with a nasty knee, putting him down. He had like the Kamaru Usman kind of problem where he would dip his head, run right into the knee, and TKO. That's all she wrote. But it was an exciting fight for what it was. At least there was a finish. There wasn't too many finishes on this card, but I don't mind it. It was a lot of good fights at the end of the day. We would go to the lightweight bout with John Pork versus Respecki. And let me tell you, like I said, John Pork showed levels to his game today. I mean, the elbows were just absolutely crushing Damian in the clinch. Damian would try and clinch. There would be 3 elbows followed up right behind his clinch. I mean, the guy was just mauling this kid with his elbows. And not to mention, I don't know why he kept trying to go for the clinch so many times and not go for a takedown. Respecki went for a takedown round 2, was successful. I think he should have followed with that game plan, trying to take him down and control him a little bit, test him in deep waters. But it seemed like he almost had a little bit too much pride to stay on the feet and box with him. And bro got pieced up a lot. And, I thought the fight might have been finishable. You know, at the end, John Pork was hitting mad teep kicks to the face, to the body, elbows. He had everything he wanted. He was throwing elbows from over here, and Respecki would just run into it. So either way, Magomed Zakhanov, can't say it. Magomed had a great performance today. Super exciting. This kid is an elite striker in my books, and I can't wait to see what his next fight is. And now we'll go to the co-main event. One of the hardest co-main events I've had to call all year. Steve Erceg versus Ramazan Tamirov. And like I said, if Kuniev was juicing, this kid was definitely juicing on that EPO. I don't understand how he doesn't get tired throwing those kind of punches, bro. He throws everything into every punch. I mean, it's ridiculous. So Steve Erceg comes out. He controls the pace a little bit. He's downloading the data in the first round. And like I said, the way I saw Steve Erceg taking this fight was if he controls the tempo, he stays off the back foot, and he keeps Tamirov kind of on the fence a little bit. But Steve Erceg, he followed the game plan pretty well at first, but then he started getting caught engaging, and then became the guy being hunted, basically. So he would eat a few big shots. Tamirov sensed something in the water, started going after him, charging in, throwing the kitchen sink at the guy, and was able to put him out in the first round TKO. But 100%, I believe Kuniev and Tamirov need to get tested one more time. There's no way these guys are natty. I mean, look at this guy's freaking shoulders. Look at his physique. He throws everything into every punch and doesn't get tired. I don't understand. So I think UFC needs to test this guy every 2 weeks until his next fight. And if they don't, it just tells me, it just tells me everything I need to know. I do believe Starboy is on PEDs too, but we're not going to get into that. He was calling out Joshua Van. Tamirov doesn't deserve a Joshua Van fight. I mean, relax. You just beat Erceg, which is a good fight to have on your record, but I mean, I think you're about 3 fights away from it still, buddy. He needs to prove himself a little bit more against some other guys. But Tamirov with a good KO win. Very exciting fighter. And then we brought us to the main event. Magomed Ankalaev versus Bogdan Guskov. And let me tell you, on paper, this fight seemed like it was going to be great. But, I mean, it felt like Bogdan Guskov didn't come to fight at all. I mean, the guy barely threw any punches. He was on the back foot the whole time against the fence, looking to try and juke out Magomed Ankalaev the whole fight. Eventually would just get taken to the ground. It seemed like he was begging to get put into a front triangle choke the way he had his arm out. And then he would give his back up easily, just inviting the rear naked choke. But he was fighting it. Eventually the fight would get stopped from a ground and pound. Mark Goddard was not having it at all. He said, all right, we're finished. We're finished. He was over seeing this guy just get beat up. He didn't want to be there. He didn't come to fight. I don't know what happened. He looked like he was scared of Ankalaev. And I know Big Ankh, man, he can be a little intimidating, but you would think after watching the Alex Pereira fight, you would try and do some of that. I mean, he was throwing the leg kicks, but he wasn't following nothing up. He didn't get on the front foot at all. He was put on the back foot, getting held up against the fence. I don't know. It was the main event. It was good. I liked it. I like this card in general. I'd rate it we'll rate this card a 7.5 out of 10. Abu Dhabi cards usually aren't that good, but in an Abu Dhabi card term, this card wasn't bad. So I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments. If you thought it was a fun card, your favorite fight. If you hit a bet, let me know what the parlay was. But as always, guys, peace.